What's going on, guys? It's your boy John here. I'm about to do an album reaction to Future's Dirty Sprite 2. I know I'm way too late on this, but I'm gonna go ahead and just listen to it. Future to me, I'm not a huge fan of Future. Actually, I'm not really that big of a fan, and I'm not really a fan of his music. Doesn't mean it's not good. It's just I'm just not a fan of his music. It sounds a little bit it sounds a little bit on the schizophrenic, like it's on the side. His music, it sounds, it's way too trappish for me, but I mean, I like trap music. It's just it sounds too trappish to me. But I mean, let's just go ahead and get into it. Future, Dirty Sprite 2. Let's go. Track 1, Thought It Was a Drought. Okay. This is a good intro track. Really good first song. Oh. This nigga just said, I took a piss and saw codeine come out. Okay. Okay, Thought It Was a Drought. That was a good intro track. That was a good song. Great way to start an album. I mean, because I mean, I kind of already know what Future is known for and what kind of music he makes. So for what it's worth, that's a very good first track. So let's go ahead and get into the next one. Track 2, I Serve the Bass. Oh, like the sample. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know who that is, but I feel like this is a sample. It's like I feel like you need to be, in his state to be able to listen to this. So we're just gonna go on to the next track. Track 3, Where You At, featuring my boy Drake. He dropped that beat. I don't know what he's saying. What's he saying? Oh, there's Drake. Okay. Nigga. Okay, where you at? That was the first song with a feature on it. Featuring your boy Drake. Track 4, Groupies. Oh, it's hard. This beat is hard though. This is probably the hardest beat I've heard on this so far. Just saying, guys. That beat was hard. Nothing more to say about that song. So we're just gonna move on to the next one. Track 5, Low One. I just took a L right there. I'm sorry. I thought the beat was about to go off. Gonna move on to the next one. Low One. That one was okay. I mean, I don't know where he was going with that track, but I mean it wasn't bad. It's just like I didn't feel it. So track 6, Stick Talk. This beat, I like the beat. Fuck everything else. The beat. That song, that beat was hard. Not that beat was hard. I'm not gonna say nothing else. Can't say nothing bad about that song. Track 7, Freak Hope. I like the way he introduced this song. Freak Hope. Okay, that was a good song. I'm not gonna say nothing else. Track 8, Rotation. Okay, I wasn't feeling that track. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Next, 9, Slave Master. Ugh, now I got a headache now. Okay, that's that song. That was good. It was it. He changed it up a little. He finally changed it up. You know about where he was going with the whole sound of this album so far. Because every track so far has sounded almost exactly the same to me. I'm not saying I'm expecting a lot from Future, but he did switch it up, and he changed up the beat a little bit. So I like that's what I like is when he changed it up. So I'm glad I'm not hearing exactly the same song every single time the entire time. He could have just not put any switches in there, or even changed up the flow of the album, but he did, and I like it. Like that's a check for that. That's a check. Yes, track 10, Blow a Bag. We're just gonna skip that track. 11, Colossal. Ooh, that Migos flow. That track was it was all right. I mean, it was better than the previous tracks I was just listening to. It got I think it's because I'm a fan of Migos. That's why. It's a change of flows. That's probably why. The flow is different. So on to the next one. 12, Rich Sex. Skip. Track 13, Blood on the Money. See, I feel like Future now he's changing up the flow because I guess he got all the fast paced tracks off, and now I think he's trying to slow it down a little bit. Because at first this album was starting out with like nothing but like fast tracks, like party fast banger tracks, and now he's kind of like slowing it down. So I commend him for doing that. He could have just put nothing but party songs on here, but track 14, Trap Niggas. What? Where, where do you go before you brush your teeth? You grab your strap. That song was ass. I am so sorry, you guys. That song was ass. I absolutely hate that song. That this man said, "Where you go before you brush your teeth, you grab your strap," and I'm like, "Nigga, who the fuck cares?" Track 15, the Percocet and the stripper joint. Thank you for slowing it down. Thank God. That song was cool because he slowed it down. He kept it to like one chord and then he just put a beat on it. That was really cool. I like how he did that. I mean, again, I get that it's a strip club song, so I mean, it literally says stripper joint on it. It was a strip club song. Sorry, I just burped. Um, but yeah, I really like where he went with that. That was a good song. That was a good track. Track 16, Real Sisters. Nothing to say for that track. It was just he changed it up a little bit. So um, he changed. He's going back to fast paced tracks or faster. So I mean, I like that about this album. It's just like I just don't know what else to pick from it. But on to the next one, track 17. Know the meaning. That song was ass. I'm sorry. Next one. Track 18. Fuck up some commas. Good track, Mr. Hendrix. Good track. Final track. Like I Never Left. Future's Dirty Sprite 2. This album, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't expecting a whole lot from this. I was just expecting trap music. Literally just it to be party music, but it's strip club music, party music, and I don't know. It doesn't really have it doesn't have any features on it. It just has Drake on here, and that track with Drake is probably my favorite song on here. My absolute favorite. Second would be "Fuck Up Some Commas." That was a good song, but other than that, this album got very boring. Like I'm not gonna say much else. It was just boring because he kept using the same beats and over again, and there wasn't really that much of a switch up to anything. The one thing I will say about this album that I liked was how it went from fast pace, like all the first few tracks were, um, they were all fast, they were all really hype tracks, and then he slowed it down when it got to like Rich Sex and the Percocet and Strip Joint, and then he took it back fast paced with Fuck Up Some Commas to end the album. And I was gonna do I did listen to Like I Never Left, but that was just like an outro track. And what I thought about that, it was cool how he put that on the album, how talking about um how he really liked making this album and how um you know talking about his fame and about how his singles are hitting and or how they did hit. Sorry, I'm so late listening to this album. I've listened to a couple, but that was a long time ago. So I basically this is my first reaction to this whole album. But yeah, like other than that, this album was it was eh. It was because I say that because there was a couple of tracks that I like on here, not too many at all. So yeah, if you're a Future fan, you'll love you already love this and you will continue to love this. If you're not a Future fan, you hated this and you will continue to hate this. And if you're just a person that just likes party music or strip club music, you'll like some of the songs on here. So, don't know what else to say. But you guys know what to do as always. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys in the next one.